Kuyintokozo kakhulu siyathobeka njengesifundazwe sakaZulu Natal ukuthi kulelanga elihlonipheke kangaka ilanga where we are celebrating our Shaka Day that we are now celebrating with the whole country and the whole nation of South Africa. Siyafisa ukubonga kakhulu kumongameli and His Excellency Deputy President Paul Mashatile ukuthi nikwazi ukuzo celebrate nathi lelanga elibalekile emlandweni wakwaZulu. Kuyi long weekend ke le enhle kakhulu lapho sibona khona izivakashi zikhona zigcwele lapha esifundazweni sakwaZulu Natal. Okuhle kakhulu ke kuthina ngoba kusho ukuthi umnotho wethu esizama ukufukula nokuvuselela uyavuka futhi uyavuseleleka. Last National Heritage Day of the 6th administration, in order for us to map the way forward into the next 30 years. And in this regard, siyawufisa ukuthi uma sibheka emuva kuba ukuthi sibheka umsebenzi esiwenzile siwenzela isizwe selokhu lizwe lethu lathola inkululeko. Kuyofanele singawukhohlwa umlando wethu ukuthi singobani nanokuthi sisuka kuphi nanokuthi kukuphi lapho ekufanele siphokophele khona. Our national heritage is a collection of natural wonders and bold architecture that is a product of our hands and industry. Uma si recognize this day, kuyofanele futhi sibone ukuthi amaqala wethu womzabalazo nawo siyawabonga siwahloniphe. Ngo-2018, our provincial government umayiqala under the leadership of Premier Uwelesi Mchunu, we took a decision yokuthi will institutionalize the programs of the military veterans. Ngalokho kwenzeka isiqiniseko sokuthi ihhovisi lama military veterans linomnyango ngaphansi komnyango kaNdunankulu kwenzele ukuthi yonke iminyango kahulumeni ikwazi ukuthi isebenzisane nama military veterans wethu kodwa futhi akwazi ukuthola izinsiza ekufanele awathole. Kanjalo ngale Freedom Day ngale nyanga ye Freedom noba iHeritage Month, we launched the preservation and the promotion of Urayo Timkhwanazi Heritage Program. And this was held under the theme, ushering communities into the 30 years of political freedom, democracy, peace and development in KwaZulu-Natal. Namhlanje ekseni siyagcizelela ke ukuthi uma sigubha iminyaka ewu-30 ngonyaka ozayo, kodwa ke thina lapha KwaZulu-Natal, Deputy President, siyobe singagubhi yona iminyaka ewu-30, sobe sigubha iminyaka ewu-20 ngoba kunesikhathi lapho abantu bakithi babengekho ngaphansi kwesandla senkululeko. Siyazi ukuthi ngesikhathi sikhuluma ngohlelo lakababa uRayo Timkhwanazi, sasikhuluma ukuthi zonke izinhlelo zabaholi bethu kakhulukazi amaqala omzabalazo kufanele ukuthi siwagubhe futhi siyenze isiqiniseko sokuthi even imindeni yayo nayo iyakuthola ukuzizwa ingxenye yentando yeningi. It was the first president of Botswana, Cecil Khama, who put it well when he said, and I quote, "We should write our own history books to prove that we did have a past, and that it was a past that was just as worth writing and learning about as any other. We must do this for the simple reason that a nation without a past is a lost nation, and a people without a past is a people without a soul. So our heroes and heroines must be immortalized by means of programs so that we can pay tribute. Yalawo maqala wethu womzabalazo nalapha kwamashu ikhaya leli elomzabalazo wenkululeko yesizwe lapho abaholi abakhona abaningi balwela khona lenkululeko. Lapha kwamashu kunedlinza lesilo futhi kunendlunkulu noma isigodlo sesilo esikhona ekufanele siyenze isiqiniseko sokuthi naso siyingxenye yomlando wethu njengabantu balapha kwamashu. Our heritage is our treasure. Our heritage is our honeypot that brings tourists to our shores. From ulwandle lethu to izintaba zethu zokhahlamba to iculture yethu kanye nama wonders wethu bo Drakensberg, ukhahlamba, isimangaliso, wetlands, our history imile ekutheni sikhombise umhlaba wonke ngalobucwebecwebe nobukhazikhazi obukhona lapha kwaZulu Natal. Deputy President, next year the World Heritage Council sits in 2024 to consider the inclusion of Isbudu Caves in KwaDukuza as a World Heritage Site. Siyathemba ukuthi ministers izikodwa le heritage site izokwazi ukuthi ibe ingxenye yamagugu walapha eNingizimu Afrika. Ngalamazwi siyafisa ukunamukela nonke kulelanga elibalekile iShaka Day lapha kwaZulu Natal. Siphinde sikhuleke esilweni samabandla, sikhuleke kongangezwe lakhe. Sithi wena wesilo, wena wesilo, ndabezitha, ndabezitha. Siyabonga.
Thank you very much, Premier. Sijahile ngesipidi sikamjantshi. Okwamanje will allow the recitation of the preamble of the Constitution by learners. It is important, Deputy President, that in all our events, as part of nation building and social cohesion, we allow learners to recitate the preamble of the Constitution. Over to you. Seningaqala lapho ngaphesheya. Siyanda noMelon nihlezi nje imakha isebenzi.
Thina bantu baseNingizimu Afrika siyazamukela izenzo ezingalungile zesikhathi esadlula. Siphakamisa labo abahluphekele ubulungiswa nenkululeko emhlabeni wethu. Sihlonipha labo abasebenzele ukwakha nokuthuthukisa izwe lethu. Futhi sikholelwa ukuthi iNingizimu Afrika ingeyabo bonke abahlala kuyo. Sibumbene nakuba singafani. Ngakho-ke, ngokusebenzisa labo abasimele esibakhethe ngokukhululeka, samukela lo mthetho-sisekelo njengomthetho omkhulu weRiphabhliki ukuba
die verdeeldheid van die verlede te heel en 'n samelewing gegrond op demokratiese waardes, maatskaplike geregtigheid en basiese menseregte te skep. Die grondslag te lê vir 'n demokratiese en oop samelewing waarin regering gegrondves is op die wil van die bevolking en elke burger gelyk deur die reg beskerm word.
Siyaxolisa ngaloko kwenzekile. Bekunenkinga encane nje ayiyo i-load shedding. Khona kwenzekile la kule machine khona phambi kwami. Thank you very much to the learners and students for the rendition of the preamble and the Constitution of the Republic. Thank you very much. Sesizocela ke ngesisikhathi phambi njengobeyize uDeputy President ngenhlonipho enkulu. I want to welcome and respect abefundisi abamele unyazi lozulu olungathethi manga. Namkelekile bafundisi. Nondlunkulu siyamkeliwe i-Premier of the province. Ijadu likhona. Ngicela ijadu lingene lizokwamkela uDeputy President. Ngicela ijadu lingene. Ngicela ijadu lingene.
Usu.
Usu.
Vumela. Uyayivumela impi. Uyayivumela. Vumela. Ngiyazemva. Angalazi. Itshela hlephu kunamanzi uhlephu. Angalazi. Itshela hlephu kunamanzi uhlephu. Ithunja bangasidliswa lonke kwamaza amadoda ume ngahlasphake Thunja bangasidliswa lonke kwamaza amadoda ume She. hey akasho
Wanongoma seyifaka amabhulukwe bathi he mahlaba thini into msepi ngamabhayima wanongoma seyifaka amabhulukwe he mahlaba thini into msepi ngamabhayi ngithi kwanongoma seyifaka amabhulukwe he mahlaba thini into msepi ngamabhayima Wanongoma amapuluba mahlaba zinto msepi ngamabhayi isiyekeleni intombi zakithi kwaZulu awusuka sinemkenke isiyekeleni intombi zakithi kwaZulu awusuka sinemkenke Hey baba ngisayofesa intombi komabane mali sayofesa intombi komabane Hey baba ngisayofesa intombi komabane mali sayofesa intombi komabane Yes komabane mali komabane Yes komabane mali komabane mali baba sayofesa intombi komabane mali
Asibashayeleni izandla ijadu. Siyabonga kakhulu. At this stage, it is my privilege and honor on behalf of this historic day, Heritage Day, which celebrates us as a people, that I now invite the Deputy President of the Republic, Deputy President Paulos Mashatile. Deputy President.
Thank you, Zizi. Say something, Zizi. Thank you, Program Directors, Minister of Sports, Arts and Culture, Ubabu Zizi Kotwa, and MEC for Sports, Arts and Culture, Ubaba Umhlaba. Mangibulise uPremier wePhondo, uMama uNomsa Dube. uPremier uthe masingena la wathi kimi, the province was celebrating Shaga's Day yesterday, and normally when they do, which is supposed to be today, it rains. Now, in our culture, when it rains, it means it's a blessing. So it means this activity here to today, it's blessed. Kodwa ke angeke sinihlalise emvuleni, so we are going to try and rush so that when the rain intensifies, sibe sesiqedile. Let me also send my honor ku-Isilo, Silo Samabandla, His Majesty King Misizulu kaZwelithini. Bayede. Mangibulise futhi amakhosi akhona la ngaphakathi kwethu, ondaba ezitha bonke abakhona. Ngibulise ama-ministers wethu akhona la namhlanje nama-deputy ministers. Ngibulise omeya namakhansela akhona ngaphakathi kwethu namhlanje. Ukhona ukhansela Zandile Myeni, deputy mayor waseThekwini Metropolitan, who's amongst us. The speaker of eThekwini Metropolitan Council, Thabani Nyawose, and all other mayors and councillors who are here. Let me greet members of the diplomatic corps who are here with us, senior officials, the media, na wonke umuntu okhona nathi la today ngiyanibulisa nonke. Program directors, today, the 24th of September, is the day of promoting and preserving our collective memory as a people. We are a country united in our diversity. We belong to great men and women who stood and fought for South Africa of our dreams. A South Africa that is non-racial, non-sexist, democratic, united and indeed united in our dreams. Program director, as South Africa, we have been fighting for a non-racial, non-sexist, democratic, united, and indeed a prosperous society. We are one people. Like the great Pixley Isaka Gaseme envisioned, we will continue in these teachings and guided by uniting and bearing any division so that we can be a great nation that even Madiba, the founding president of our democracy, envisioned in 1994. Today's celebrations take place under the theme celebrating our cultural diversity in a democratic South Africa. An important theme that tasks us to reflect on our democratic journey and also embrace the complexities that come with nation building and social cohesion in the context of our past, present, and future. I'm encouraged by the presence of South Africans from all 9 provinces who are here, who will be participating in activities throughout the week. Program Director, siyabamukela bonke abantu bakwaZulu-Natal and all people who came to honor this event as organized by our Minister of Sports, Arts and Culture together with the province of KwaZulu-Natal. It is an honor for me to participate in this day of celebration through the delivery of this address. It is indeed a full circle moment for me, as I have previously had an honor of being the Deputy Minister and Minister of Arts and Culture as well. I believe that arts and culture have an important role to play in the social transformation agenda of our country. We must remember that this sector played a key role in the anti-apartheid struggle, uniting us under shared cause and globally rallying support for the end of an oppressive system anchored in the philosophies of racial desegregation. Program Director, we all know that many tribulations underscore our history because of our colonialism and apartheid of the past, but also the strength of our people against these oppressive regimes is noteworthy. Ours is a unique history that has inspired many nations towards embracing unity and diversity, and showing that difference can be a platform for development and not destruction and division. The people of South Africa, our democratic country, as we know it, emerged from centuries of colonialism and apartheid that ensured that social groups were hierarchically graded and that some had a heritage that was not freely appreciated and promoted. The cultural heritage of our people, the indigenous people of our country, was in the past marginalized and demonized by the colonizers, this also affecting critical aspects of our tradition and heritage linked to land ownership, language, livelihoods, and social structures. Program directors, the colonial and apartheid regime legislation and policies ensured that various racial and cultural groups lived, worked, and socialized separately. It was illegal for black people to live in the suburbs where white people lived, to socialize and access the social amenities that white people enjoyed. This was a punishable offense in a land that was indigenous for black people. The people of South Africa, our forebears resisted and fought these oppressive systems and laid the foundation for the pathway to freedom we have witnessed and enjoyed over the past 29 years. As South Africans, we must acknowledge and appreciate that what our forebears have done. Still, most importantly, we must reflect on the kind of future that we want to live for generations to come. Our young democracy has many gains, and we are equally aware that we have much to do to achieve a fully democratic, non-racial, and non-sexist society, a future that we all dream of and are responsible for making it a reality. We celebrate Heritage Day here at Prince Makoko Stadium today, a week after laying to rest the son of Princess Makoko and significant leader of South Africa, Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi. We must first appreciate Princess Makoko, who, in her own right, has been a key player in shaping and promoting traditional arts and culture both in the country and abroad. In building on the legacy and contributions of Princess Makoko and other icons of our history, government, through various initiatives aimed at artist development, has facilitated access to finance, capacity building, advocacy and networking, and strengthening partnerships that use culture as a tool for urban regeneration, social cohesion, and nation building. Secondly, as President Ramaphosa said, we must ensure that we continue to build unity here also in KwaZulu-Natal, something that Prince Buthelezi himself instructed all of us to do. Working for peace and unity is the only way to acknowledge the contribution of Umntwana kaPhindange. Program directors, as part of our 2022 Heritage Month celebrations, our theme shines the spotlight on South Africa's rich and diverse cultural heritage, incorporating African, Asian, and European cultures and traditions. The preamble of the 1996 Constitution reminds us that South Africa belongs to all who live in it, united in our diversity, and calls upon us to heal the past divisions and establish a society based on democratic values, social justice, and fundamental human rights. In democratizing the heritage landscape after 1994, it has thus been very important to recognize, rehumanize, and celebrate the significance of our diverse living heritage, safeguard it for future generations, and harness it as a basis for social cohesion and nation building. Program directors, we are here to acknowledge and celebrate South Africa's diverse heritage, which is being showcased and highlighted throughout the month of September. Heritage Months hold immense cultural significance in South Africa, as it provides a platforms for communities to celebrate and display their unique traditions, customs, and languages. This celebration of cultural diversity not only strengthens the identities of various communities, but also helps to preserve and promote their heritage for future generations. It provides an opportunity for our people to reconnect with their roots, honor their ancestors, and pass on important cultural practices and values. Heritage Months serve as a reminder of the resilience and strength of the people of South Africa. It is a month of celebration and reflection where people come together and appreciate the rich tapestry of cultures that makes up South Africa. Heritage Months help us to recognize the importance of our cultural diversity in shaping our national identity and fostering a sense of unity and belonging amongst all citizens. It reinforces the idea that we are stronger together and urges us to continue working together towards a more inclusive and equitable society. In light of this pursuit of an inclusive and equitable society, allow me to share some of the sectoral advances made by the democratic governments, which includes the implementation of a range of measures to build cohesion, increasingly introducing indigenous languages in public schools, with over 2,400 targeted in this term of government. This aims to foster a greater understanding of different cultures between learners and break down cultural barriers. Program directors during this administration spoke Despite the odds, several advances have been made regarding the inclusion and support of women in sports, key to this being support for their demands for equal pay of equal value. Additionally, in addressing issues that affect women in our country, especially in the area of gender-based violence and femicide, government has adopted a national strategic plan and gender-based violence and femicide, and has strengthened the response of our criminal justice system as we fight GBF and femicide. Improving support provided to survivors through legislative reforms, increasing the number and places of safety, and a range of other mechanisms. Program directors regarding issues of the economy. We are cognizant of the impact that COVID-19 has had on people's livelihoods, including those artists in our country. Some of the intervention that we've been making since the advent of this pandemic includes the following, and I won't mention all of them, but amongst others, temporary employment relief scheme, which provided wage subsidies to more than 5.7 million workers, minimizing the impact of job losses and company closures. The other one, the 350 social relief of distress grant, benefiting nearly 10 million unemployed people, mainly young people and women. Also, the presidential employment stimulus has benefited over 1.2 million people, especially women and youth. This is in addition to other public employment programs such as the Community Works Program and the Expanded Public Works Program. Program directors, all these interventions are aimed at building a nation that is not only socially integrated, but a nation whose people are economically liberated and able to sustain their livelihoods and contribute to the vision of an equal and prosperous South Africa. Such a nation, however, can only be built by government, communities, the private sector, and other stakeholders working together. I therefore call upon all South Africans to not only embrace our culture, heritage, and indigenous knowledge, but also safeguard the interests of the kind of future that we aspire for. A future rooted in democracy, social cohesion, economic prosperity, and enhanced unity in our diversity. Program Director, as I conclude and as we go towards the conclusion of this occasion, I invite all to celebrate with us in launching the Indigenous Games Festival, where we showcase the best of our indigenous games from all South Africans of different cultures. This festival being an example of the kind of initiative that the Department of Sports, Arts and Culture prioritizes towards its strategic objectives aimed at the preservation of our culture and heritage. These indigenous games are taking place at Hoy Park, where we are also having the Beautiful Things Craft exhibition from the 24th, which is today, until the 29th of September. The Minister of Arts and Culture has already indicated that there are various participants from all the 9 provinces who have already arrived, and we wish all of them success in these games. Finally, Program Director, as a South African government, we are encouraged by the support that we continue to receive from traditional authorities in our country. And I'm happy that many of them are here today. We would like to therefore welcome everybody who is here to celebrate with us as we continue as a country to build social cohesion and nation building. We encourage that you please take your family to enjoy our indigenous games and also visit the craft markets. And I'm told by the minister that the entrance is free. Program Director, as we approach the end of the official Heritage Month, let us continue to celebrate the one thing that makes South Africa a great nation, our rich and diverse cultural heritage. I wish all of you today a happy, happy Heritage Day. Thank you very much. Siyabonga. I hope maybe I see. Thank you.
Thank you very much to the former Minister of Arts and Culture, Chipokosa Paul Mashatile, who's now a Deputy President. May I request, Deputy President, that you light the cauldron to mark the beginning of Indigenous Games. Yes, you may proceed, Deputy President, with the light. As you do so, may I invite Councillor Zandile Myeni to come on stage to give us a vote of thanks. That flame marks the beginning and the start of Indigenous Games. Thanks very much, Deputy President. Because of the weather, it may not stay long, Deputy President. Thank you. Councillor Zandile.
Siyabonga, Program Director, Minister, the Deputy President of the Republic of South Africa, Mr. Paul Mashatile, KwaZulu-Natal Premier, Ms. Nomusa Dube-Ncube, the ministers in our midst, their Mrs. Amakhosi akhona ngaphakathi kwethu, members of the media, distinguished guests, all protocol is indeed observed. On behalf of the people of eThekwini, we would like to express our gratitude to both to provincial and the national government for choosing our city, in particular KwaMashu, as a venue of choice for us to celebrate this important gathering. For us, even more significant, because the township of KwaMashu and the surrounding areas have a rich cultural heritage and the history in the struggle for freedom. Siyabonga kakhulu ukuthi nize lapha eThekwini sizo celebrate usuku olubalulekile lapho sizigqaja khona ukuthi singobani. Siyabonga futhi ukuthi kuqhubeke iTheku libe amanye ama cities lapho khona ethuzwa ukuthi imicimbi efana nale ibe khona. Siyafisa ke ukuthi njengomphakathi waseThekwini sithi indaba ye heritage asingagcini kuphela ukuthi siyinake uma kuyile nyanga, kepha akube yinto esiyicelebrateayo ukuze izizukulwane ezezi zizokwazi ukuthi singobani. Siyabonga kakhulu.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. At this stage, before I hand over to TJ Melon and TJ Sianda and Skremeza, I will now allow the Deputy President, his entourage, to take leave of the stage. That concludes the formal program. The next program, Eno Kuzani, is here next door. It's over to you, Melon and Sianda. That concludes the program. Thank you very much.
Sibonga kakhulu lethu esibenalo nenkulumo ka Deputy President. Siyabonga ku Minister Zizikodwa. Siyaqhubeka ke njengoba ngikade ngishilo sekuzoze nisho lithi hawu umroza kanti ubesitshala into engekho. Bengiqinisile uma ngithi Big Nazi khona, uKhuzani ukhona. Sidedela ama principals ethu besaphuma nje. Beqhubeka kodwa nathi nalo lolu hle kodwa sebeyohlala kanye nathi lapha ya bese bekwazi ukujabulela kahle ke umcimbi wethu namhlanje, our Heritage Day. Are you ready for Big Nas? Are you ready for Khuzani? Ngicela sivele sibabalele. Sibabalele. Sithi 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Big Nas!
Yes, 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 yes.
Hola. Asijayive phezulu, asijayive phezulu.
Hola.
Asijayive phezulu, asijayive phezulu.
Woza. Washa, washa, was. Yeah, boy, yeah, boy, yeah, boy, yeah, boy, yeah, boy. Washa. Yes. Yes. Was. Me, Tata, me, Papa, me. We are Bora, si Afro, si Roca, me, Tata, me, Papa, me. We are Bora, si Afro, si Roca. Oh, Rosa. What? Oh, Puma Pay. What? Puma Pay. What? Rosa. Eh? Sure. Schwester, Satzito Sako, Skotwe. What? Sisonke, ne? Sisonke. 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 Ausschnitt ist sauber. Rosa. 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 Satzito Sako, Skotwe. What? What? Sisonke. Oh, Sisonke. Oh, Hasuki. What? What? Just what? Oh, nonsense, baby. God is so shy.